Okay, hold on. So
Breaking.
you were doing bandit signs, writing letters, love letters, and
Yeah.
calling and all that crazy stuff. 11 months. No deal.
And I went on 104 appointments. This was
Oh,
face-to-face seller appointments driving all over Texas.
what are you, crazy? Why didn't you give up?
Well, I got to appointment like number 75. And I remember it was, 105 degrees in Texas. I just got told no on like 3 appointments back to back to back. I just had back surgery, so my back was all messed up. And I was like, man, maybe I started getting that little voice in my head, like, maybe I'm not cut out for this, or other people can do it and I can't. And then like the more sensible voice came into my mind, and it was like, listen, if other people can do this, then so can you. And it was kind of like the sunken cost fallacy. It was like, I've already come this far. So I was like, listen, I've already come this far. I'm either going to figure this out or it's going to kill me. One of the two is going to happen, but there's no other alternative. So I committed. I was like, I don't care if I got to be homeless and handwrite letters on, the back of napkins and go do cardboard bandit signs. Like, I'm going to just keep pushing forward. And so I did. And they say fortune's in the follow-up. I continue to follow up with all my old appointments. And on that 104th appointment, walking out of there, I got told no. And then guess what? I got a call from a follow-up saying, hey, I think we're ready to move forward. And I was able to get that deal under contract. It was in Smithville, Texas, which is in between Austin and Houston. And it was an old tear-down house I got for dirt cheap and made $12,000 on it. And that was the proof of concept I really needed. And from there, it was, I took all that money and reinvested it back into marketing. And the deal started coming in after that. And fortunately, at the time, I had a really good job too. So I was working inside sales at Indeed.com, 9 to 5. And then any minute I wasn't at my 9 to 5 job, I was working on my dream of becoming a full-time entrepreneur and real estate investor.
So when you got that call, at what moment did you get excited? Did you get excited when they call you and say, let's do the deal? Or did you get excited when you actually sold it and got a check?
Sold it and got a check because it wasn't real
Yeah.
until the money was in my account.
Yeah.
Like, I had seen everybody else doing it and it just didn't, like, I knew like it was possible and I understood it in theory, but until the money hits your account, it's not the same.
I agree. I'm like that too. Like, I don't believe it until I hold it in my hand or something, right? Like the money's in the account. So what did you do? Did you go celebrate? Did you do a dance? Like call somebody?
All I remember was, I called my mom. Anytime anything good happens or even bad happens, my mom's usually the first one I call. So I called her, but I knew like, okay, well now I've got proof of concept. I was like, I'm taking this entire $12,000 and I'm going to roll it right back into marketing because I already had a good job. So I was like, this is just house money. And so rather than handwriting letters, I was able to hire a mail company to send out mail for me. I was able to buy bandit signs. And, on those campaigns, I ended up getting like 3 or 4 deals from that $12,000 in marketing. Then I discovered the power of pay-per-click advertising. Mm-hmm. This was back in 2014 or 2015. So nobody was doing really pay-per-click advertising. It was all the traditional methods of bandit signs, cold call, direct mail. And I was like, man, if I could just get these leads coming to me on the internet inbound, like that would be amazing. And so there was like one guy on YouTube that was like teaching it, and it was like an obscure YouTube channel, maybe had like 20 subscribers, but I would binge watch all of his content. And I remember I reached out to him on a cold email and I said, hey man, I'm going to be in your town next week. Are you available? I'd love to pay you for an hour of your time to come have lunch with me. And he's like, responded back. I didn't think I was going to get a response back, but he's like, yeah, I'll meet you Tuesday. I'm available at 4 p.m. Meet me at this pizza shop. Now this pizza shop was in the middle of nowhere in Connecticut, and I'm in Texas.
Yeah.
And I had no plans to go up there. I was just doing this total. So I booked a flight to JFK in New York, rented a car, drove 3 hours into the mountains in the middle of January, and it was snowing like crazy. But I was like, there's no way. I had a pocket full of $2,000, and I was prepared to pay him. And what ended up happening was we hit it off really good at lunch. And long story short, he agreed to mentor me for 6 Zoom calls for the $2,000 that I gave him. And that gave me the foundational knowledge to start generating leads online. And so since then, I've done thousands and thousands of deals from pay-per-click advertising. You know, it's made me a multi-millionaire, changed my life completely. And that's all we do to this day. So that was a huge pivotal moment from going like, you know, inbound versus outbound.
You still keep in touch with this person?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. We talked recently, you know, we still stay in touch. There's always those people in your life that come into your life that you can look back and say, man, it had a big impact on you. And you always need to stay in touch with those people and honor your mentors.
That's amazing. That's such a wonderful story.
I'm sorry for this interruption. I've been asked a lot about passive investment. And let's be real, there is nothing passive about being a landlord unless you have a really good property management company. So if you own an Airbnb or a short-term rental and you want to get back your time, please give our team at Buzz Vacation Rental a call at 281-549-8432 or go to our website at pm.buzzvacationrentals.com.